Hello and welcome to your mat. I'm Tess if we haven't met yet, and thank you so much for joining today. As you know, there's going to be some apnea peppered in through this sequence, so as always it's optional, and you'll never hear me stop talking about this. Lungs should stay between 20 to 80% full. That's because the lung tissue is very delicate, and if there's not enough air in there, or if there's too much, and then we proceed to move our bodies around, we can risk damage or even popping a lung. So we're all about gentle, consistent practice. Now, as for all of the other shapes, if anything is not landing well in your body, option to add something else. Do something different, flow away, come back. The main thing is that you listen to what's going on in your body today, honor that, be truthful about it, and don't compare it to yesterday or tomorrow, because we're here today. All right, we'll get started into a seat. So sit bones are on the shins, bolster, block, whatever you have got. Meet the ground. First couple cycles of breath, really deep, and then open mouth exhale to let it all out. Maybe soften through the shoulders. Let your hands sit on your lap and be heavy. Your arms get to be loose. They're not doing any work, they're hanging. Your spine is nice and straight. Maybe a micro tuck of the pelvis. Sometimes we like to bend our lower spine without even thinking about it. And if you haven't closed down the eyelids already, your invitation to do so. To turn your gaze to the inside. Hey self, how you going? How's the weather today? The internal forecast. A scan from head to toe. Maybe the jaw can be a little looser. Maybe the tongue removes from the back of your teeth. And while your eyes stay closed, drop the chin into the chest. Circle left ear over left shoulder. And drop the head back down. Sway over right ear, right shoulder. And then let head be heavy. Sway back and forth here. Maybe even tilt head back. Make a full circle. And then reverse it other way around. We'll let the ears meet each shoulder once more. And then gentle crack of the eyelids, gentle flutter in the fingertips. Don't have to open all the way. Start to roll out the wrists. Reach hands up high, interlace the palms, thread collarbones through. And let it out. Yogi squat, Malasana. Come forward. Elbows to insides of knees and hips sink down. Again, keeping that idea of a micro tuck through your pelvis. Grow really tall and broad through the sternum, through the collarbones. And then drop right hand, reach left up and over. For the half bind, for the reach, the stretch down side body. Swap it out, left wraps around left knee. Right to extend high. We're given the left side of our body a good crunch and the right side a good lengthen. And we'll swap that out once more each side. Right elbow wraps around right shin. Left fingers paint the sky. And then let left elbow wrap around right to point. Crawl yourself forward into a puppy pose. So knees are beneath hips, reach hand forward, and chest reaches towards the ground, as if that was going to be your first point of contact before your forehead, before anything, your forearms. Gather the shoulder blades together and down the back. Maybe your toes are tucked for balance here. Ripple the body forward. Sphinx pose, or kind of more like a seal of sorts. Fingertips tent out wider than the mat in breath in. Dip into the right shoulder. Come back center. Dip into the left shoulder. First option for apnea, maybe you fill the lungs up and you hold while you dip from side to side. Can you feel your intercostal muscles being stretched? Can you feel your subscapular space in your back? Anything going on there? Let the breath out if you haven't yet. And hands come back under shoulders. Press up, chin lifts, seal pose. And in absolutely no rush, we'll meet in our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Ripple back, hips lift. And pedal out the feet. Feet hip width apart, hand shoulder width apart. Eyes of elbows point forward, raise in the tailbone. Moment of gratitude for the ground, for the people that came here before you, for the original caretakers of the land. And if you're not sure of yours, I encourage you to look that up after class. Right toes sweep high, bend in the knee to open the hip. Option to drip all the way over, wild thing. Toes meet, right fingertips reach. Big transition all the way around, right knee wraps, then kick through. Fallen star. Raise through hips and left fingertips. Let your hips meet the ground. We're in a wide straddle. Hinge forward. Stay tall in the spine. Keep your crown on your head. We'll plant right hand behind and roll towards the edges of feet. Rebound up through this shape. Plant both hands, swivel, right knee taps right elbow. Kick back. Right knee taps left elbow. Kick again. Right knee to nose. And then step it back. Your option, flow through apnea vinyasa or meet us in downward dog. And that looks like a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Hold at the bottom. Uddiyana Bandha. Ripple over toes until hips are back to sky. This time raise left foot. Bend the knee to open the hip. Let the weight of your leg carry you all the way over until toes meet. Wild thing. Length through left fingertips. Replant into left hand, left knee draws all the way across body to kick through. Fallen star. Keep lifted through hips, through fingertips. And then let yourself down gently, wide straddle. Make sure to stay tall in your spine as you hinge forward. Not going for any type of maximum depth here. Just saying a warm hello. Then left hand plants behind, roll onto pinky side edge of left foot, big toe side of right foot, and press up, lift. Return right hand to top of mat, unravel yourself, left knee taps left elbow, kick back. Left knee taps right elbow, kick back. Left knee to nose, step back plank. Flow through vinyasa. or meet us in downward facing. That flow once more each side. Right toes sweep high, bend the knee, open your hip. Toes drip all the way. Keep a lift in your hips for Wild Thing. Water wheel, right arm around. Right knee wraps around, body kick through. Left fingertips towards sky. Let the hips gently down. One breath in a gentle fold. Replant, right hand behind, roll over to edges of feet and hips sweep high. Long line from left fingertips down side body. Replant into left hand. Right toes tap right elbow. Kick back. Right toes tap left elbow. Kick back. Right knee to nose. Step back, plank pose. Option for apnea vinyasa on full or on empty. Ripple yourself up. Adho Mukha. Kick through left toes. Let the hip open. Toes drape over. Wild Thing. Point through the left fingers. Open through the collarbones. Plant left hand. Kick it all the way through. Fallen Star. Stay engaged through your core as you lower yourself all the way down. Strong wrist. One breath to fold. And then left hand replants. Swivel hips over and up. Both hands to plant under shoulder. Left knee taps left elbow. Kick back. Left knee, right elbow. Kick back. Left knee to nose. Toes step it to plank. Your option, as always, can flow through. Take a child's pose for a break. And when you're ready, meet us in Adho Mukha to continue the flow. Right toes kick high, three-legged dog. Keep the hips square. And as slow as you can pull your foot through, right foot plants between both hands. Let back left knee meet the ground. Really stack torso tall here. Let the gravity sink down straight through hips. Bend into left elbow, catch with the right palm. We'll add a side body stretch to our Anjaneyasana. Maybe shift the gaze to left armpit to create a little bit more space for neck. Hands plant, shift it back. Half split. Stay lifted through the core. Toes pull back towards face. Transition over, big knee bend, right, whoo, big bend in the right knee. Skandasana. Can be high or low, however it looks on you. Right knee, right hand plants, supported Vashisthasana. Left fingers sweep you all the way over to the new front of your mat. You find yourself low lunge, second side, left leg forward. Again, really let yourself ground into right knee and tuck the toes for balance. Torso stays tall and stacked. Shoulders drip down. Bend in right elbow, catch with the left palm. To bring the side body stretch into this, bring the intercostals to the table. Little side body bend. Send the hips back. Half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. Toes pull towards face and body stays tall as you hinge forward. With or without the hands, move yourself over, Skandasana with left knee bent. That can look high or low. Can challenge the balance. Left hand, left knee plant. Sweep hips and right hand. Supported bashi. Supported side plank. Sweep yourself back to the original top of your mat, step it back. Plank pose. Ripple back. Adho Mukha. Ripple forward. Plank pose. Knees bend, ripple back. Adho Mukha. We'll roll through like an ocean wave, either to the rhythm of a slow breath or on hold. Lungs 20 or 80% full. If you're feeling a bottom or a top hold. We'll ripple 3 more rolls. Slow and controlled, like you could articulate every muscle in your body, from the toes, up the thighs, through the spine, arms, and down to wrists and fingertips. Downward facing Adho Mukha. Right toes kick high, step it through Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. And from here, we'll go for the apnea flow. So that last part of the sequence will sew through it, swim through it, if you will. So when you're ready, it's a deep breath in and shift the hips back. Move through the shells of the shape, side lunge, heel to plant, toes lift. Right palm, right knee meet, sweep up. Side body feels the stretch. Sweep over, let breath out. Recollect on second side. Last option for some apnea movement. Take a couple recovery breaths. And when you're ready for the last flow, fill the lungs. Shift the hips back. Fingertips for balance. Move over to left side. Deep bend into left knee. Left palm, left knee plant. Sweep right hand up and over. Let right fingertips lead you all the way until you're back at the top. Immediately, child's pose. Hips, knees wider than mat, let the hips sink back. Tops of feet to ground. Shins supporting. Let the forehead rest. And take a bend into the elbows. Prayer behind the head. Last little opening for the shoulders. And let yourself crawl onto belly. As soon as the words last opening for the shoulders came out, I realized I'm a big fat fibber. Left arm goes out long. We're going for a T roll. Bend into right knee. Let right toes drape over body for a little bit of a twist and a lot of a shoulder opener on the left side. Maybe you reach right hand around. Maybe it just wants to chill today. Be honest. Be truthful with yourself. And soak it in for one more really deep cycle of breath. Unravel back to belly. Right arm out long. Bend into left toes. Curl yourself over. Onto right shoulder. Big opener here. Left fingers can stay to help with balance, or they can reach around if you're wanting to turn on the absolute fire of this shoulder opener. Is there somewhere that you're holding tension that maybe you could let go? Maybe in your jaw, maybe in your forehead. And on your next exhale, bring it back to belly. And this is that time of class where if you need to take another shape or if you need to take another anything, please go there. But if you're ready for Shavasana, roll over onto back body and meet me there. Shoulder blades gather together so that as much of your back can be physically touching the ground supported as possible. Hands and feet are as wide as or wider than the edges of your mat. Let yourself take up space, let yourself be heavy. And if you have an Ujjayi breath in your practice, bring it on in. Oceanic sounds are always welcome. Try to relax that point between your brows, let the tension melt down the face. Cheeks pull away, tongue gets to be loose. Muscles of your neck don't have to work, the floor is doing that job. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, finger joints have space, have room. Let all of the meat on your bones melt. Let your belly be soft and expand greatly with each inhale, and the exhales naturally fall. Let gravity do the work. And as you're here in Shavasana, really thank yourself for showing up. It takes a lot to say, I'm going to move my body. It might not feel like that much, but trust me, it is. And before you open your eyes, bring a gentle flutter into toes, into fingers. Maybe let that graduate into a full body stretch. Interlace hands above head and press. While you're still on your back, close fingers tightly and place them over your eyes. Cover your eyes. With the fingers pressed together, let your eyes open behind the hands. See the little bits of light that are let through. And when you're ready, pull hands away from face to let all the light in. Forever and always the invitation to hang out in Shavasana. But if you would like to end your practice in a seat, I'll meet you there. Hands come to heart center. Thumbs first to third eye. Trace the face, pause at the lips. Trace the chin to stop at the heart. And I hope that through the rest of your day, you're able to carry with you lightness in your thoughts, intention behind your words, and an openness in your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. for practicing. I will see you next time.